Hello, and welcome to Of the People, the great debate and a divided country. So tonight's the night, ladies and gentlemen, of the great debate. Now, the great debate should be the great entitlement debate about Social Security, Medicare, and all the deficit spending we do, because just to start with a flat line, we spend $1.5 to $2 trillion more each year than we take in, and no one's balanced. No one's coming to bail me out if I spend more than I take in. And as a nation, we are broke, right? We are in debt, almost $36 trillion. But not what we're talking about, the great debate, though it should be. The great debate tonight is former President Donald Trump, of course, debating Vice President Kamala Harris. And I have some issues here. I always do. Debates are supposed to be informative. Our debates are nothing more than blood sport, right? People don't tune in to actually learn things. Most people, at least I think, don't. And it's really about scoring points, and it's almost gladiatorial, right? It's this bloodlust. And regardless of how this ends up, I'm going to tell you that my guy won, and the other person's going to tell you that their person won, and then they have something as blatantly called the spin room. So you're getting spun. Just go to the room and you get spun. It's just ridiculous. But you would hope that facts matter at some point. But the first question I have in all of this is: are there really any undecided voters out there? Now, I live in New Hampshire, some of the most informed electorate in the country. I would argue I can't find any undecided voters. Now, the pollsters can find them, the newspaper people can find them, or they go to the diner to find them. But does anybody really believe that the debates as currently constructed really move the needle on anything? And it's not like one person wins. The other one person could lose. Clearly, Joe Biden, had such a lackluster debate performance that it really tanked his presidency, tanked his candidacy for re-election, right? And we can talk about the fact that I think that was a setup, because why would you put a president who's enfeebled and debate before the convention, which never really happens? But it raises a second issue, which is also that when the country was founded, the foundational principles, upon which the Constitution was written, also requires an informed electorate. Now, ladies and gentlemen, how do you think that's working for us as a country? Let's look at the Israel protest, or the anti-Semitic protest that you're seeing that out there. First of all, these protesters couldn't find Israel on a map if you color-coded it for them. They have no idea what the river to the sea means, and they just think it's some allegorical reference. And then there's my other favorite, which is Queers for Palestine, which, if you have any intelligence at all, you will understand that the only country in the Middle East where your rights will be protected, whether you are straight or gay or something else, is going to be Israel. So Queers for Palestine, to me, is right up there with chickens for Colonel Sanders. And then we have the Death to America crowd, which either, if you're really American and you're chanting Death to America, something wrong because you're suicidal, or you're not really American, in which case, what are you doing in the country to begin with? We have a divided country. We used to agree on the goals. We did disagree on how to get there. Ronald Reagan and Tip O'Neill, the former Speaker of the House, they disagreed on a lot of things, but they worked together where they could in all of these things. Now, if we don't agree, the other side is the enemy. The term we use is demagogue, demonize, and divide. We are divided along every fissure that you can name. Black from white, men from women, rich from poor, city from country. The list goes on and on. We are against a divided America. I don't know how you put Humpty Dumpty back together again, but ladies and gentlemen, the debates as currently construed doesn't do it. It makes the divide worse and not better. And that's the monologue.